Test.
Look inside your tiny mind, then look a bit harder. 'Cause we're so uninspired, so sick and tired of all the hatred you harbor. So you say it's not okay to be gay. Well, I think you're just evil. You're just some racist who can't tie my laces. Your point of view is medieval. Not how you find it. Do you really enjoy living a life that's so hateful? 'Cause there's a hole where your soul should be. You're losing control of it, and it's really distasteful. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do, and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause your words don't translate, and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch. You say you think we need to go to war. Well, you're already in one. 'Cause it's people like you that need to get slew. No one wants your opinion. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do, and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause your words don't translate, and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch.
Yes, fuck you very much, Donald Trump. This is your hosts, Donovan and Jason. It's Tuesday night. Thanks for listening to us here on the Gayxyz show. What's going on, Jason? Are you there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm here. I am looking at Black Friday sales online.
Oh, okay.
So
That's good.
how's everyone doing on this pre-Thanksgiving?
Yes, pre-Thanksgiving. Only 2 days away until the big turkey day. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving? Do you know yet?
It's kind of up in the air. I thought about going home to Memphis, my hometown. To go see my family and extended family and all that crap. But I'm not sure if I want to do the 6.5 hour drive. I know it's not much, but if the drive is more than 3 hours, I'm kind of like, I'd rather hop on a plane.
Yeah, my limit is 2.
Right. So I looked at plane tickets online, and it's $646 from Dallas to Memphis, and I was like, fuck no.
Well, that's because you waited so long. If you'd gotten them months ago, they'd be half that probably. But you waited.
No. But here's the thing. But then if I were to go and see my sister in Chicago, round trip is $230.
right now, but that's because Chicago. It's Chicago versus Memphis. Chicago is a huge hub. They have planes going there all the time. Memphis maybe half as much. So I mean, it's not like exactly a major airport. So
I'm debating if I should drive. So I'll sleep on it and make my decision, I guess, by tomorrow morning.
well, I hope that you do go. I mean, it'd be better than just staying here. What else are you gonna do? Shop.
Yeah, shop online, masturbate, and eat. Yeah.
Well, at least you're honest about it. That's good. Well, that's cool. I'm supposed to go to Waco with my husband. Not Thanksgiving Day. We're having that with my mom and friends here, but go to his family like we always do the next day for the weekend. But I'm not sure we're going or not. We'll see. That's what I do every year, so that's always the same for me. But I'm looking forward to the good food and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm cooking a pecan pie, and I'm cooking pumpkin spice cupcakes. Yeah, and taking those down there with me. The pie, though, my grandmother's pie is one of those pies. A lot of people have this in their family. They have a pie or cake or something that everybody loves, and this is one she could sell. It's like Patti LaBelle pie or something. It's so good. It's delicious. And there's a special thing that it's more like technique more than anything, but also the way the ingredients are in the pie that makes this pecan pie so good. Everybody loves this pie. Anyway, so I'm making it this year, and my mom was making it forever, and now I'm making it now. So I'm passing it down the generations to the children I'll never have. So anyway, but it's going to be fun. So before we start the show, though, let's talk about the absence of Christian. We did talk about it briefly on the 2 shows ago. We did, however, that show we did two shows ago had some major technical difficulties. We were using a different platform, trying something out different, and it didn't work out very well. So you can really hear us. Right. It was staticky and everything. So we're back to this, but you want to go ahead and talk about it, feel free.
So for those of you who have been following us since the very beginning, Christian was co-host number 3, and he decided to inform us that he wanted to part ways and focus more on his career, which I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. He wants to, expand his career and grow his brand and that type of thing. I have no problem with that. The only thing I sort of kind of had an issue was the delivery of it. I mean, it wasn't anything I lost sleep over, but it was just like, oh, I kind of could have did that another way. But, it is what it is. So pretty much he sent Donovan and myself an email stating that he, effective such and such date, he, was going to part ways from the show to focus on his career. So pretty much I feel like he pulled a Star Jones on us because
basically what he said was what Star Jones said.
Right. So it was
after much thought and prayer. I'm like, really, chick? I mean, bitch, please go ahead.
Right. So it was just like, I was like, oh, he just pretty much pulled a Star Jones on us because Donovan and myself, we were clearly like had no idea this was going to happen. So, I mean, I wish him the best. I, talked to him online, I think a few days ago about, what to wear for my company's Christmas party because I was like, oh, it has to be formal, and I'm not really sure what to wear, and I want something that's formal but kind of stands out a little bit.
Right.
So he's trying to give me pointers on that. But I mean, I wish him the best. There were some things that had gone on. I would say kind of like behind the scenes. And
really, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Seriously.
Well, as far as like so. A while back, probably about maybe close to a year ago, maybe less than that, we were supposed to do a photo shoot.
Oh, yeah.
And not Donovan. Christian was like, oh, well, I know this guy who could do the photo shoot, do our headshots to put up on our website, yada, yada, yada. We waited and waited and waited. And we knew at the time Donovan was busy, so we gave him, he was like, oh,
you mean Christian?
Excuse me, Christian. Sorry, Donovan.
Don't blame me, bitch.
So Christian was just like, oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm, doing things for logo and traveling and that type of thing. And, Donovan and myself were just like, okay, well, that's fine. do what you have to do. Just let us know when it's available because we were pretty much very lenient on the, we were open to the situation because we know out of the three of us, he had the busiest schedule. So,
I don't know if he had the busiest schedule. He just
well,
didn't.
well,
He just
in
had.
my opinion, I
Well,
feel
he
like
just
he
had
had
a
the
lot
busiest.
of. He had a lot of stuff going on at night, a lot, and I understand that.
Right, right, right. So we were just like, okay, well, that's fine. Take your time. Don't worry about it. And then it seemed like it never really came around. So I can't remember if we asked him about if that was ever going to happen or not. I can't remember because it's been several months ago.
Yes, I
But
asked him because you and I discussed it, and I told you that he said that, and so I asked him directly, and he said, "Oh, that photographer she doesn't shoot photographs anymore, or something like that. I don't know, something like that." I was like, okay, so she just stopped shooting photography. He's like, yeah, he's still getting pictures taken all the time. So at the
right,
same time,
that's funny because yeah, I was like, oh, you have new pictures up all the time.
uh,
But and then there was something else. Oh, we were supposed to attend. We were invited to host, or co-host rather, an event at a local establishment here in Dallas. And of course, we all three of us said yes. And we were ready for the event to come around. I had planned my entire day around this event, everything. And then maybe like 2 or 3 days prior to the event, he was just like, "Oh, the event's been canceled," or it was either postponed or canceled. I remember. Either way, our asses weren't there that night. Okay, so we and I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, just I know. I think he said it was postponed. They was going to do it for another time. I think that's what it was because he said, "I'll let you guys know again when they were going to rebook." I was just like, "Fine, no problem." I wasn't so much upset. I was more disappointed because I was like, okay, I planned my entire day around this only for this to, be postponed.
right.
But, that happens when you're invited to host at events and stuff like that. Things change at the very last minute. You just have to deal with it.
Mhm.
So, um, but then when we followed up on that, and then, well, I don't think we followed up on it. I think because he said that he would follow up with us to let us know when it was going to be rescheduled. That never happened.
No.
So I was just like, okay, well, can you
Well,
kind of
I think
can you
that
can you do what you say you're gonna do?
I think that, well, first of all, I think the problem was for him or with him, I don't know, was that he, I mean, I like Christian. I still like Christian. I have no problem with him personally or anything. I just think, though, that he never really was invested in doing the show in a real way. And he, initially, I think he was going to do it because he wanted more exposure or whatever. And I'm like, not sure why, because I never told him we had like 1 million listeners or anything. It's like, and we were just starting the show together as something new and fun and something to talk about and do stuff. And I think that that's one reason. And also because he, wanted, I think he just got busy or whatever. But for whatever reason, I felt like he just was detached and not really really wanting to
Right.
be here. And I felt that for a while. And I think that he just, I don't know, that's the reason he left. He never told us that was the reason, but I know I'm very empathic. I can pick up on shit people never say, trust me. And I know for an instant, and even he never had to say a word to me, and I could know what he's feeling in terms of the show. And so I knew that. And so I wasn't surprised when he sent that letter. I didn't even know he sent that email because you told me. He's like, did you see Christian's email? I was like, no, what? He's like, he's leaving the show. I'm like, what? And so I read the email, and it was also like, scripted almost. And like I said, it was almost verbatim.
Almost as if like a publicist wrote it.
Right, exactly. It was almost the beginning of it was almost verbatim Star Jones's message to the View when she was leaving, and I don't know if that was intentional or a joke or a jab or what, but I noticed it anyway. And so I was like, okay, whatever, whatever. And then he said he wanted to do the next 2 shows, and we let him do the next 2 shows, except the first show he did, and the second show we didn't get to do. I can't remember. I didn't do something. You didn't. Something didn't happen. We didn't do the second show, and I said, "I'm sorry." I think it was my fault. I said, "I'm sorry. I forgot or did something. Let's do the. I hope you'll do the next show." And he never came back. Never said a word. So
Yeah, I think I think you might have had like a showing or something of that nature, and it ended up going.
I was with
into,
a
like.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't a show. Real estate client. It was an architecture client. But yes, I was with the client.
Yeah,
That's what it was. Yes, you're
So
right.
yeah, and I think it ended up going longer than expected. So I think you had
That's
told both
correct.
of us like, oh yeah, that's what it was. So I mean, I was okay with it. Um, my only thing about it, here's what I think. Um, I think he came on the show for exposure, like you said. But like I said, at that time we were like brand spanking new, so we had like zero listeners.
Right.
So I feel like I think he thought that the show was going to catapult, and I mean a lot has happened. We got a lot of listeners within that time frame, but I almost feel like he maybe thought it was going to become like national. I mean not national,
Well,
but like almost like serious satellite radio type.
right. Well,
You know,
I
in
told
such a
him
short period.
I told him when I started the show with I was looking for people to be on the show. But I said that that the goal was for it to be on iHeartRadio and things like that, and that my off limit show is on iHeartRadio. But the problem was that it has to be picked up by iHeartRadio,
Right.
and my show had been picked up for it, and so I know the route to get there. And we did those things, but unfortunately, they didn't pick up this show for that because, unfortunately, the quality wasn't there with our sound or whatever at the time. For whatever reason, we had a lot of issues in the beginning, and so after I submitted it, they fixed that and we'll reconsider. And so we never.
Don't worry, listeners. We're still working on that. So, just because they said no to us the first time, don't mean we ain't been trying.
No.
We're working on it as we speak. But keep going.
Yeah, and so it's just a matter of resubmitting now. And now that we have a lot of content, I can do that, and it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. But it's just a matter of it takes a lot of time to do that because you have to go through all your. First of all, I have to go through all the shows. I have to scrub out all of the sound. The beginning audio. Because they will not allow you to do that on the Clear channel. Or excuse me, the what's it called? iHeartRadio.
You just brought a
Talk.
whole other.
Well, no, they're owned by Clear Channel. They're owned by Clear Channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, hold on.
But anyway, so I have to go through all that, and then I have to submit it through a different way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's technical, but the point is, it's a big ordeal, and so I didn't want to do that again until we were good. And I had the time and effort to do that because I'm the only one who can do it because nobody else is, you're not really, I don't know if you know about audio engineering and stuff, but anyway. So, so that's why it never happened. And so I don't think it's because it couldn't happen. It's just a matter of us not doing it. And also, I never felt like he was that into it anyway. And I didn't really want to do it because I felt like he doesn't really want to be here. I could tell. So that's what happened, people, and he's gone, and I'm okay with it, and he's okay with it. It's just, what it is.
I mean, and I wish him the absolute best. Like I said, I still talk to him occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I wish him the best, but
I just have an issue with people not being real with me, and I've always had an issue with that. So if you are really thinking something or feeling something, I don't care how bad it sounds in your head or how bad it is about me or about the situation we're in together, then just tell me. And I can deal with the truth, but I can't deal with bullshit. That's my thing. And so if you have an issue, then just be honest and upfront and say, this is the issue, and I'm okay, cool. And I'm cool with it. But don't lie to me or try to couch it in some way like it's something it's not. Like you just, I'm going to go work on my career. Please. I think there's a lot more to it than that. And I always have. So if he wants to remain, neutral that way, then so be it. So anyway.
Right.
So, beyond all of that,
so right now you just have the two of us, for now or permanently. We don't know. We're still working all that out. But
well, the other thing people have to understand is, this is not like we do this professionally. It's just something we do on the side and for fun, and
right.
That it's not like we have time to dedicate to actually, marketing and actually doing a show that's really, 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 really high quality and perfection and always planning everything out. It takes time.
We actually have jobs, people.
Right. It takes time to do that. And it takes a lot of time. And when I started my Off Limits show, my show was like that 6 years ago. And I planned out every show. I had topics. I had talking points, everything. I had guests on all the time, callers, all that stuff. And it took a lot of effort to do that. But at the time when I was doing that, I just was a lull because that's when the economy turned. And I was like, I had nothing else to do. I had very few clients at the time because it went from like raining money to like nothing for like a year or two when 2008 came. And so I was like, okay. And so I was doing the show, Off Limits show at the time. And I was like, well, I guess I'll put my effort into this. And so I put all my effort into this. I did 5 shows a week and it was crazy. And that was like having a full-time job. So in order to get a good quality show, it takes a lot of effort and time. And because I have an active career, especially now, and you do, and we don't have the time to devote to that. So we're doing the best we can with what we have in time and effort. So that's what we can do. But we're going to try to do, better. It's just a matter of us actually getting our asses together and actually, sitting down and actually planning stuff and actually making it happen. Because we can talk all we want about it, but it has to actually happen. So
Right.
Anyway, so what's going on in the news? Or anything you want to talk about news-wise or anything like that? Or
Well, you know what? It's actually been a very slow news week because everyone is still, traumatized and vomiting
Yeah.
over Trump.
yeah,
So it's actually been a very slow news week. I heard something about this American Idol contestant named LaPortia Lecrae or something like that, or whatever the fuck her name is. I don't watch American Idol, so I had to Google her to see who she was because I really didn't know who she was. But supposedly she had comments about when Beyonce performed at the CMAs, and I was like, girl, really? So I remember a while back she made some comments about um like gay people or something like that, or she wasn't like, I mean, she's entitled to her opinion, but she said some off comment shit about gay people, and I was like, oh, well, you lost me there. And then just recently, she came out with some comments about Beyonce performing at the CMAs, and they were saying that, the reason they didn't like her because Beyonce's not a country artist, and I was like, well, duh. And then, um, they would say, well, that's the reason why the CMAs, removed all the content online and everything like that. And first of all, I'm like, bitch, do you work for the committee? Because I'm like, it seems like you know a lot of stuff that we don't know. So then they were just like, well, to be a country artist, that's out of their realm because to be a country artist, you have to be dressed as a country artist. She would, because they were saying that she really didn't look the part. Like, I was like, so what, she was supposed to have on jeans, cowboy boots, a flannel shirt, and a cowboy hat? I'm like, every country artist has their own
signature
wardrobe on how they dress as far as their signature look.
Mhm.
So, and you're right, some of them do wear cowboy boots and hats, and then some of them come out there in ball gowns and or tank tight tank tops showing off their muscles. I mean, that's just how it is.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for you to put all country artists in one category. Said, oh, they didn't like her because she wasn't dressed this kind of way and that type of thing. I'm like, girl, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, this is why we don't know who the fuck you are, because you say stupid shit like this. Like, bitch, I had to Google you to find out who you are, and it's like, girl, get out of here. Like, your comments are really irrelevant, but I think she was saying it just to be in the media, just to be like, ooh, she's saying something about Beyonce and that type of thing. Now, and a lot of people were like, oh, well, that's the end of her career before it even starts, and yada yada yada.
I don't even know who she is still.
Right. And I was like, well, do I think it's the end of her career, even though in no shade it really hasn't started yet? I was like, no, I don't think it's the end of her career, even though she's somewhat up and coming, if you want to call it that. However, if she keeps making comments like that, towards any type of artist, then she's just pretty much going to be another Azealia Banks. And speaking of that bitch, let me get on her right quick too. So she came out with a so pretty much she came out with a statement about how she was so excited and elated that Trump was had become president elect, and she was just like, oh, now that everything can be safe now and everything's gonna be okay and that type of thing. I'm like, girl, you sound so fucking stupid. I was like, and you know what? Listen, I've said this once and I've said this again. I'm an Azealia Banks fan from the get go, right? I like her music. Not really one of her she says stuff. Some stuff she says I agrees with. Some stuff that she says I don't agree with. But this right here put the icing on the cake. I was like, girl, I'm gonna unfollow you because I'm like, I have tried to ride out with you. I was ride or die for you when no one else was there.
How can you even be like that now that you're not like that now?
No. But I'm just saying, I just like, I just can't continue to follow someone who first of all, you're a bisexual woman, but then you say that you're elated and you're so happy, and I'm like, happy about what? What the fuck you so happy for that Trump's in there
It doesn't
or
make
or
any
going to be?
sense that these people, especially a black bisexual woman, would vote or want to have someone like Donald Trump, who has said the things he's said and promises to do the things he's promising to do for president. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. So
And
if someone like her votes for him, she's fucked in the fucking head.
And here's another thing, and I think I talked about this. No, I don't think I talked about this on the show. I think I talked about it on Facebook. I have a friend, a very close friend that I've known for years.
Yeah. You talked about it last week. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that where he voted for Trump, and
Yeah.
it really, really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
To
It
the point
bothers
where
you.
I'm debating
but
if I should end my friendship.
I'm glad you brought this up. Because this reminds me of something I wanted to discuss with you tonight. Because the thing about Trump and all this stuff is, and it's not just Trump, it's politics in general, I guess. But this is specifically, I mean, to me, it's different with Trump because of he's racist and xenophobic and sexist and all those homophobic and all those things. But how do you think one should conduct themselves in a familial situation? For example, i.e., Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, and you're around your family or friends or whatever, and inevitably someone's going to have voted for Trump or be a Republican or conservative or whatever, and still keep your fucking cool. Because for me, you know how passionate I am about this shit. You know that I do not understand even 1 second why anyone would vote for Trump, regardless of what they look like. I mean, I do understand. I mean, literally, I understand. But I mean, it doesn't make sense why you would if you have a brain, basically, is what I'm saying. So
I feel like if you was at dinner and someone said something about Trump, I think you would have like a flamethrower on standby.
I basically
Like-
do. That's me. That's what I'm getting at, is that I'm going to Thanksgiving with Michael's family, and some of them are, conservative because his family's from the country and, whatever. And I am very liberal. Now, most of his family is Democrat or whatever, but his nephew is married to a really, conservative person, and her family is extremely conservative, whatever. And so I'll tell you what happened. So I posted on her page. Now, she's cool, whatever. Her name's Ashley. And, he just married her. We were at it with her wedding and everything earlier this year. And she's been around for about a year. Anyway, she's real nice, whatever, great. We get along just fine. And anyway, so earlier this year, she posted something on her page. She said, it was about a month ago. She goes, "What should I cook for dinner? Anybody have any ideas?" And this is like the day after Trump had won. And I said, "Trump stew." I was just kidding around. And she had some relative or friend or whatever who got in there and said, "Oh, you're a fucking whiny liberal. You fuck you, you lost, fuck you, blah, 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 whatever." And it said something negative to me. I can't remember what it was. And of course, me being me, I can't let that opportunity get out of the way. So I said, basically something like, well, at least I'm not a fucking racist, motherfucking homophobe or whatever. Something like that. I said, if you vote for a racist, homophobic, xenophobic asshole, then you are one, basically. And I said, at least I'm not stupid enough to vote for someone like Trump. I said, if you vote for Trump, you are a fucking moron. Something like that. And so basically called the guy a moron in response to what he said to me. And then she deleted both of our posts. And I was like, okay, cool. I get that. It's her page. She doesn't want any strife, right? Cool. I get it. Whatever. I didn't really care about that. But then 2 days later, she had removed me from her friends list. So going down there for Christmas, what do I do? I mean, Thanksgiving, what do I do when I see her, when she's going to be there, and I have to have Thanksgiving around them, and I have to be all like, you voted for Trump and you hate gay people and you hate blacks and you hate, everybody that's not like you. What do you do?
I would just pay it dust. I'm like, bitch, you ain't about to get me all upset. I'll just pretend. I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to say I would pretend like nothing happened, but just be like, I would just be like, hey, how's it going,
But do you
girl? How's it
know,
going?"
Jason, that's just it. First of all, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I can do that, but I'm not the kind of person that does that very well, because if I don't like you, I cannot pretend that I like you. And someone who voted against my personal rights as a human being, as civil liberties, civil rights, as a human, and other people's rights as well, knowing very well that this man's anti-gay and knowing her uncles are gay, and that one of them is biracial, and that, we are not somebody who he would ever like, that she would still vote for him is like saying fuck you. It's basically a fuck you to everybody who Trump hates. You know what I mean? And that to me is not someone I want to know or be around. I don't care how nice you are or how friendly you are to me. If you're not going to be real and you're going to vote behind my back and say, yeah, I would love you, love you, love you, but behind my back say, you know, oh, let's take all your rights away. Fuck you. So that's my attitude. And so I feel like when I go down there, I'm going to have the same kind of attitude. I'm going to be like, it's going to be causing a lot of drama. So basically I'm saying,
are you saying that you're going to be antisocial or what?
with her, yeah, with her specifically, because she removed me. First of all, you don't need to remove someone because the thing is, especially if you're family related, because the thing is, she didn't want to see my posts or she didn't want to, like what I said or whatever. She could have just said unfollow, but she's still going to kept me on her friends list. You know what I mean? So you don't have to literally go to the point of removing me. But that,
they also have it. They also have it to where when you post stuff, you can see. You can have it to where you can customize it to where only certain individuals can see it.
That's
so
exactly what I'm saying. Exactly.
Trump supporters, her Trump friends, to
right.
see it.
Exactly.
She could have been like, oh, okay, I want everyone to see this except for Donovan.
Right.
Except for this person.
And that's my point. And you don't have to actually remove me. And that would have been fine with me too. And I'm not even sure she's a Trump supporter. I'm not even sure that she voted for him or she voted at all. I don't know that for a fact. But her actions show me that she probably did. Her family at least probably definitely did, obviously. And so I'm like, okay, so when I go down there, I'm gonna have to be. I don't like drama. It fucking follows me everywhere I go. I swear to God, I'm one of those people. People are like, well, if you have drama everywhere you go, then you're causing drama. Fuck you. I'm not causing it. People are fucking mean to me. And so if I'm gonna stand up to bullying and racism and homophobia and all these things that I've always my entire life had to fight against, then how can I just stand by and say, oh, hi, nice to see you. Thanks for voting all my rights away, bitch. That's exactly how I feel. And so I can't be fake. I don't know how to be fake about it. I just don't. So I'm just going to be down there and be uncomfortable and be like, oh, well, here I am sitting here. And
well, just take a separate car. That's what people do when they don't want
oh,
to
I always drive.
Just be like, you know what? I'm just going to go back home.
I always drive. I actually have thought about not going at all. I really don't want to even go. And his sister has been acting weird too, my husband's sister. Not because of this. She's been acting weird the past few months. All of a sudden, we used to be kind of really close. And all of a sudden, she just kind of not talked to me, hasn't spoken to me, hasn't called me or texted me. She's doing it all the time. So I don't know, something's going on is what I'm saying. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm walking into the lion's den. And so and this is the thing, Jason. It's gonna be one way or the other. Either I'm gonna go down there and I can be all pretend like nothing's wrong and like everything's fine and just ignore everything, or I can do it, hit it head on, which is how my personality is. I'm just like, just go through it, get it out of the way, and move on. And I cannot just not say anything. So it's gonna be all drama this weekend. I don't want it to be. So I don't know. Well, I guess my point was, people who are listening to the show, if you are actually going to your family for Thanksgiving or the Christmas holidays or whatever, and you have the same situation, my advice is to just be you and not to let people get away with saying, oh, it's just a matter of opinion, or, oh, it's just, a political difference. No, this is about taking people's rights away, and you need to make that known to them. And that you do too, right. Jason. You do too. If you have some relative like that, you need to tell them that.
Right. And drink a few glasses of wine if you need to, because sometimes that helps too.
See, they don't drink, and so that's why they drink, some of them, but I need to bring a bottle of wine. You're right. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, drink it, or you can smash them over the head with it.
Oh,
Your
no.
choice.
I'm not violent. I'm anti-violence. I am. Unless you're trying to kill me or something, then I'm a fighting bitch. But other than that, I'm anti-violence. Anyway, by the way, but I did I'm not going to talk about that. That's okay. Okay, so anyway, talking about the holidays and everything, Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. What are you thankful for this year, 2016?
Okay, so here's my thing with holidays and holiday shopping. Okay, I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna let you go. This is a rant, so get ready, people. So I was at work Sunday. I had gone in there for a few hours to work to finish up on a special project. Was there for maybe about 3 hours. I go in the bathroom as I'm about to leave, and I hear Christmas music. Now, this is around the time that they normally start playing Christmas music, so I really wasn't thrown off by it. I was just like, oh, they're playing Christmas music. So I did my thing, came on out. Then, they started showing, like I saw like the advertisements when I got on the computer when I got home about, oh, Black Friday sales, Black Friday this, Black Friday that. Doors open at 5 p.m., doors open at 6 p.m. Now, here's my thing. Then wasn't this whole thing called Black Friday because you go on Friday to get the deals?
Yes.
Why is everything on Thursday now?
Because every year they move it up and up and up and up and up.
I don't understand that. Like,
because they're
one
trying now.
store-
Because now they're trying to beat the other stores. So you go to their store instead of the other store. So they try to move it up a day and then up a day and up a day. That's what they do.
That doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, okay, so is this Black Thursday and Black Friday now?
It's basically
I'm just like-
Black Week. I mean, it's Black Week. 'Cause it's-
Right. Because like the advertisements started, like Black Friday advertisements started like last week, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure for like stores, this is like the Super Bowl to them, right?
Mhm.
So then, I was looking and I was going through the Black Friday deals. I was doing it right before we came on, or right before we went on the air, because I was like, let me see what they have. They might have something that I like. But if I find something that I like online, I buy it online. I'm not about to step my foot into one of those fucking stores and gets trampled on and
I know.
get into a fight and all that just to get
Right.
a TV that's going to be $20 more 2 weeks from now. So, but here's my thing. The only thing I have a problem with that is, like I said, they're starting the sales like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And I don't understand that. It's like, you're not, the people, like, I feel like people who work in retail stores, I feel like if your store is closed on Thanksgiving, that's the day that you should have to spend time with your family. It's a holiday. I don't like the fact that a lot of these stores are opening, at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and they're making people, leave their families to go help, some bitch that wants a 55-inch TV for $350. So I felt like this for a few years now, and it seems like every year, like you said, they've moved the times up to earlier and earlier and earlier. Like Macy's starts at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something like that. I'm like,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
I'm like, Macy's, come on. And then I'm like, I mean, I don't know if these are just people that just volunteer. Now I know some people will volunteer to work. That's fine. But if on a Black Friday said, you can't tell me that all of these people that are working are strictly volunteers, like they signed up to work. Some of those people are have to work because they have to and they don't want to be there.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like I mean, when you start like Thursday night going into Friday and midnight, that type of thing, I was okay with that because it was at the stroke of midnight. It's technically Friday, 12:01 a.m. If you want to run through the store and grab whatever you need, do you? But just this whole thing now where it's like Fridays. I think even one store starting tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm just like, I don't understand. Like you said, I guess it's just gonna be a Black Week before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just I don't know. That's always bothered me to where, I have friends that work in retail. They're just like, fuck, I gotta go work on Thanksgiving. I have to leave my family, leave my kids to go help some bitch who can't reach some shit on the top shelf. So, I really wish that companies and would stop being greedy when it comes to money, because I know they're looking at the money, and I'm sure that's a huge profit time for them. But they have a whole month for that shit too.
But do you know that retail stores, the big retail stores especially, make like 70% of their gross revenue every year at this time of year through the holidays? It's November through December. 70%.
I understand this exactly. So don't bring people in on Thursday fucking evening to work. Wait until Friday at the stroke of midnight.
No,
or
they're not going to do that because they're
Friday
they're
or
going to lose
Friday
money.
at 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on. It's like, I don't know. It's like, here's my thing. If people stop going to these sales at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, they ain't gonna have shit to do.
Well,
they will have customers, and then they would have to just wait until Friday.
I never go to Black Friday sales ever. The only sales I ever get is if I'm already looking for something or I'm looking towards Christmas, which is what most people do probably, and look on Amazon or places like that online. Like you said, I don't go into the stores themselves because it's a madhouse, but I don't ever partake in them really unless it's just something I just really, really need or want. Then I'll think about it. But generally, I just don't even, it doesn't matter to me at all. I just don't do anything about it. And usually the sales aren't that great. And the things that are off, like half off or like 20 or 75% off are like shitty anyway. And they're not like usually, good stuff, like high quality stuff.
It's only like off-brand stuff.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even buy it anyway. I mean, me personally, because I'm definitely a brand whore.
Listen, the only way you're going to get me to step foot into a store, you would have to have a $2,000 MacBook on sale for like $300.
Good luck with that, but that would be a good deal.
Then I may have to wait in line for
Right.
it. But other than that, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then here's the thing, I also feel like when they do these Black Friday sales from like 6 a.m. to noon or whatever, I feel like it's the closest thing to like purging.
Right.
Because I feel like when people go to these Black Friday sales, it brings out the worst attitude in them.
Sure.
Because years ago, I attempted to go to Walmart on a Black Friday just to see what it's all about. I kid you not, swear to God, I walk through the doors, and there are people, and obviously this is a Walmart that didn't have the customers under control.
Yeah.
People are running, shoving, fighting, pushing. I mean, people cursing each other out.
Insanity.
People fighting over parking spaces. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here." I was like,
It's insanity. It really is. Yeah, I know.
And it brings out I seriously feel like it brings out the worst people. I mean, every year you hear someone being trampled on.
Right.
You hear someone get into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You hear someone getting arrested. Why you should not have to get arrested going fucking shopping? Why are you getting arrested by the police at a Black Friday sale?
Because people don't have any fucking self-control and they're idiots, basically.
Because one person grabbed a $19 blender and you wanted it and their hands got on it first and you decide to punch them.
It's just stupid. It brings out the worst in people. It really does. And it's like at the holidays when you're supposed to be all about, kumbaya and shit.
All over a fucking $19 blender.
Yeah. Well, it is stupid.
That's going to be $22 next week.
Mm-hmm. It is stupid. I agree.
Dumbasses.
You're single, so as far as I know. So there's a study about the 50 biggest turnoffs when it comes to dating. And I wanted to see what you thought about each of these real quick, because I'm sure you have some opinions on these things, and I do too.
Yes, I would love to hear them.
So we'll go from 50 to 1 real quick. So 50, wearing braces. I wouldn't care about that much. Would you?
No, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me.
49, living with parents. Now, does that mean that they're living with their parents or their parents are living with them? Because I think there's a distinction there. But what do you think?
Yeah, those are two totally different things. However, here's my thing. If you live with there has to be a story behind it. So if you live with your parents due to the fact that you recently lost your job or,
Right.
something of that nature, because, I mean, people still lose their jobs,
Sure.
in this day and age. So if you lost your job and you had to move back home temporarily, okay, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just living at home, just to be living at home, and I understand rent is expensive, and and people want to try to cut corners. But if you're living with your parents, unless you have like a guest house, you live in a guest house or some shit like that, then no, that's a turnoff for me.
Me too. 48 is had bad taste in television. I don't really care. I mean, whatever.
That doesn't bother me because, I mean, he can watch his shows, I can watch mine.
Although I will say, my husband and I, we have very different taste, I think, in TV generally, but we have a lot of shows we watch together. So we really love TV and movies and stuff like that. So I think for me, it would be a bit of an issue because I really like TV and I really
Right. But I think the only thing about that, if I were to date someone who has a different taste in television, I'm okay with that, but I feel like it's better if I was dating someone who had the same taste in television with me, and so at least like the ratchet shows that I watch, we could discuss.
Yeah.
Because like I dated this guy who watched the same ratchet ass shows like me, like Love and Hip Hop and Housewives and all that shit. And then we could talk about it. We'd be like, "Oh, this bitch has lost her fucking mind."
Yes.
But then I talked shortly afterwards. I talked to a guy who was into reality shows because he said that it's trivial shit, quote unquote, which kind of it is, but it's entertaining.
Yes.
And he was like, "Well, I don't watch that." So then I watch it. He watched this thing. He likes watching like First 48 and shit like that, and I like that too.
I do too. Yeah.
But it's like I just didn't have anyone to. Instead of
commiserate with.
Talking over with him, I had to call like a friend or something.
Right, I get it. And that's what I'm saying. I think that's why it's somewhat important if you like TV like we do. 47, bad shoes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do they mean though? Is somebody's wearing Crocs or what do they mean?
I mean, if I guess I guess they mean if you're just wearing like really just beat up shoes, maybe. And you just refuse to buy.
I think
pair
it.
of
I
shoes.
think it. People always say that your shoes say everything about a man, but I don't know if that's true. But I do think that. I mean, my husband doesn't. I mean, when I met him, he did not have the best taste. I mean, he shopped. I mean, there's no offense to people who shop at Kohl's, okay, but he was at Kohl's. He loved Kohl's, and that's the kind of clothes he bought. Very kind of
It's
soccer
very neutral.
soccer dad type clothes, and and boat shoes and shit like that. And he didn't have really any kind of real style because he's not his thing. And
Kohl's is really not my kind of store. I did buy a nice jacket from there, but other than that, and they have, and you can find good shoes there.
you
But
can't. You cannot. Good shoes
I
is
bought a
not
pair.
not the phrase I
Well,
would
not,
use.
not good shoes, but like
Decent.
just like casual type shoes, like Pumas or something like that, or
Yeah.
whatever. But they, I mean, it's not it. They're, I mean, it's not like a Foot Locker, let's be,
Right. But it's
But
just
anyway, keep going.
his style is just not. It's not very. It never had. Have a very. I kind of have an elevated style compared to him. My style is a lot more sophisticated than his, and there's nothing wrong with his style. It's just that he is just more casual and just doesn't really give a fuck, and I do. And so
Right.
when he wore these fucking shoes that were just like you just said, tattered and worn after a while. I'm like, aren't you gonna change your fucking shoes? He's like, why? They're fine. They're comfortable. I'm like, yeah, they're comfortable. They look like shit though. So eventually I changed his stuff up, and he's gotten to look a lot better. But anyway, 46, still living with parents. I thought we just said that. Okay, 44, 45, had rubbish taste in music, bad taste in music. I like almost every kind of music, so that's hard for me.
Yeah, I would have to disagree. Music is not a deal breaker, no.
Okay. A big nose, 44. Now, to me, it depends on how big and which way. Is it wide, big? Is it long, big? Is it big, like a big bridge? I mean, to me,
Pinocchio,
right? It depends on what kind of big nose. Like to me, for me personally, I think certainly a big nose, like an Italian kind of nose or whatever, on a guy is hot, but a big nose that's like got a hook in the top or whatever, that's ugly to me. So it just depends to me on what kind of nose it is, how big. What about you?
right? It's the same for me. Like for me, I mean, your nose will have to be like overpowering
Your face.
entire
Right.
face for me to say no. Like, yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, that's not. That doesn't
Not a
bother
big
me
deal.
either.
43 is too much aftershave or cologne.
um, Slightly. It's not a deal breaker, but I would be like, can you kind of tone down on the cologne a little bit? Like it, just 2 sprays, spray. You're done.
Right.
I don't need you to spray
Soak
yourself
in
10
it.
times head to toe. Yeah, I don't.
I-
Yeah, I don't understand people who bathe in it either. I've heard
Right.
people who bathe in it. No, it's not all that necessary.
The
First of all,
right-
you're wasting your cologne doing that.
Right.
But second of all, no.
The right cologne to me on a man can be very much a turn on if they don't have too much, like you said. And I wish my husband wore cologne. He refuses to wear. He doesn't wear any cologne. I wear cologne, but he doesn't wear cologne. But I like cologne. But anyway, 42, no career ambition.
Oh yeah, that's a deal breaker. That is a deal breaker. Yes, Lord, that's a deal breaker.
Okay, I agree with that. I mean, when they say ambition, I don't need someone who's necessarily ambitious per se, but as long as they have some kind of goals and some sort of drive or plan for their life, and not just like aimlessly wandering through it and just going to work at McDonald's the rest of their life because that's all they want. If it's all they want, then they're not for me. I mean, they need something more than that.
Right,
you know?
right. So yes, that would be a deal breaker for me.
Okay, 41. Obviously, checking out your body. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Wait. So if he's checking out my body,
Yes, that's a good thing.
yeah, that's a good thing. Why would that be a deal
I guess
breaker?
this may be for women too, because I guess some women may find that offensive, but I think that's a good thing. 40, bad fashion sense. We kind of talked about that. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me because I can always try to fix that, but
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker, but I have talked to guys who were tacky dressing. I'm like, no. Let me find you something to wear in this closet.
right.
Because I am not about to get talked about. Okay.
Like my husband,
So-
when I met him, he would wear, white socks with sandals. I'm like, no.
What?
Yes, girl.
And he's a gay guy?
Yeah, he's a straight gay guy. Yeah, I always call him a straight gay
Oh,
guy. He's a gay guy, but he's got straight, personality traits, and that's one of them. But he doesn't do it anymore.
Oh, sweetie.
No, he doesn't do it anymore
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because of
Thank
me.
you, Donovan, for saving him.
Anyway, 39, a bad haircut. I don't know what that means. I guess I mean just like a dorky one, or what do they mean by that? I wonder.
Well, that's not a deal breaker for me because if you don't, well, here's the thing. If it's a bad haircut and they're willing to change it, first of all, if, for you to, for me, be offended by a haircut, not offended, but for me not to like you based on a haircut, it would have to be something pretty extreme.
Right.
But I mean, most people when they get a haircut, they're like, "Oh, I'll change it," or let's try something different. But yeah, it would have to be like, like '80s band metal with green spiky hair and
Right.
you know and, leopard print spray. Or, I mean, it had to be something like crazy for me to be like, no, that ain't. Yeah, I can't show you off the family.
What if 38s? What if your friends don't like them?
You know what? It's a 50-50 situation because I'm actually in a situation like this now. Well, not me, but I have a friend who's dating a girl, and none of us like her. I mean,
Uh-oh.
no one likes this girl, and we've said it to her, and she's still dating her. So,
Oh well.
um, because I mean, especially if you've known these people for years, like I have, and they all say the same thing. Like if one person says it, it's like, okay, well, that's just one person. But if everyone is like, yeah, you don't need to date this girl because she's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you may want to listen.
Well, I think that you're right. I think that if all of your friends are saying to you that they don't like this person, like no one likes her or likes him, then you should at least consider what they're saying as maybe there's something there. Because a lot of times when you're in love, you're blinded by all that and you can't really
Right.
see them for who they are. And so I think you should at least consider it, but I don't think that you have to do it. I think that it's really up to you whether you date someone or not. It doesn't matter to me what everyone else says. I mean, for me, it's more important what my mother thinks, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Right. It'd be someone like really important, like
Right.
parents or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right. Number 37, bad makeup. Well, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
36.
worry about
Tattoos. I don't mind a few tattoos, but a sleeve and their whole body covered is just too much for me. But what do you think?
See, a sleeve doesn't bother me, as long as it's not like
Like
on your
all
face.
their like both arms covered in sleeves and their whole chest is covered. That doesn't bother you.
That doesn't bother me, as long as it's not on their face or your neck.
Okay.
Like if you have tattoos on your face, or neck, that's kind of a deal breaker for me. But if you have like a sleeve on your arm, on one arm or both, I mean, as long as you're not tatted from like head to toe, just colorful, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But if you have a sleeve on one arm or sleeve on or both, that's not really a deal breaker for me. So
To me, I don't mind a few tattoos. I just don't like a lot of them, like overpowering. But and also I think that it limits their possibilities in life in terms of their career as well. Because unless you're in an artistic type of career,
Mhm.
it's really you can't do anything really white collar if your tattoos always show. You can't cover them up or whatever. So
And a few years ago, I considered getting a sleeve done on one arm.
oh my
I
god.
wa- but then I was like, well, I work in corporate, so I mean, I don't wear long
Exactly.
shirts anyway. I mean, so they wouldn't see it anyway.
You're gonna always have to wear a long sleeve shirt even this summer.
Well, that's true. I mean, well, yeah, I guess I thought.
I'm just saying. That's just my thought. Okay, number 35. A nasally voice. Hey, honey, how are you? Are you okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a deal breaker. Thanks for the demonstration, though.
It would annoy me to death. Okay,
Yeah.
number 34 is an interesting one. Being insecure.
Yes, that's a deal
Yes.
breaker.
I don't know if it's. I don't know
That's
if
a
it's
deal
a
breaker for
deal
me.
breaker because it depends on what they mean. If they mean that they're so insecure that they're always like, why don't you love me? Do you love me? Or do I look, just look fat or whatever all the time and they can't ever really self-soothe or whatever, then that would be annoying. But if it means that they're insecure in the fact like they just generally don't have a lot of self-confidence, that can sometimes I think be changed, but I think it depends on the person if they want to work on themselves. But I think
Right.
you like someone who's highly confident. Apparently,
Well, I mean, if it's confident just because of like, if they're
I don't
you know
mean
like
cocky,
that because of
but I just mean
no,
like,
no, no. If they're because of low self-esteem, I can work with that because you can normally, coach them on how to improve that.
yeah,
But if you with someone who's like, oh my God, I'm so fat, or does this look good on me, or or what's another one, or
do
I
you
don't know,
love
whatever the
me?
fuck.
Do you love me?
Yeah, do you
Do you
love
still
me?
love me? Are you sure?
How come you don't love me? And I feel like I should.
Where
have to
were
give you an
you? Where were
explanation.
you?
Yeah,
Where were you? Where were
right.
you? Where were you?
Is that, and I feel like I don't have to give an explanation 25 times a day. So
Yeah.
in that case, that would be a deal breaker.
That reminds me of a scene. You probably don't, you probably saw this movie. You probably don't remember the scene. It was in a movie called White Chicks.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a scene where he went to the grocery store around the block or something, and she's like, "Where were you?" He's like, "I went to the grocery store." You were gone for 3 minutes. It takes minutes to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
Yeah, I
like, "That
remember
would have given me 30 seconds to have sex with someone else." She's like, "That's all you need," Anyway, it was just reminding me of that. Anyway, okay, so 20. No, what number are we on? Had peer. No, where are we? Oh, okay, number 33. Annoying laugh.
It depends. No.
No.
It would have to be very annoying.
Mm-hmm. What about like a hyena or something? I mean, that would annoy me.
That would be annoying.
Which, what's kind of sad, because no one wants to not hear someone laugh, because laughing is a good thing, and you want to hear someone you love laugh. But if they laugh like that, that would annoy the fuck out of me. Yeah.
Or if you laugh like Mr. Ed or something.
Oh yes, exactly.
Or if you laugh and you sound like a horse. This is the perfect thing. There's a guy that I work with, and he's like, he greets me every morning, but the way he says it is just so uncomfortable to me.
Why?
He says it like, "Good morning, Jason." And it makes me so uncomfortable. I was like, he does everyone like that. I was like
he's exasperated by you.
Right. And it's like, and I told someone that at work, and I'm like, maybe
Is it just to
he's done it
you?
so much to the point where he doesn't realize he's doing it.
Is it just to you, or do you not know?
It's everyone. He does it to everyone.
Okay.
I think it's because he's just done it so much, like no one's addressed it or said anything to him. But every morning, "Good morning, Jason."
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, this shit is just like, don't speak to me. Don't say my name. Like, if you say, "Oh, good morning, Jason," I'm okay with that.
right.
But don't come in there like, you ran up 10 flights of stairs and then you greet me without catching your breath. Like, "Good morning, Jason." No.
No,
I don't need that sigh at the end. It just no.
32. Being late. Oh, that would annoy me, as you probably know.
Yeah,
Considerably late. I mean,
that would bother me too. If you, I can do a window. If it's up, I can do up to 15 minutes.
Exactly. That's
Anything
exactly
past
what I was
that-
thinking. 15 minutes. Yeah.
Anything beyond that, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Well, it's just disrespectful. It's like other people's time matters more than yours. Blah blah blah. It's just, it doesn't matter who it is.
I'm gonna be like that, or Betty, I'm gonna be like that chick. "Where were you?"
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be me.
Yes. 31. Had piercings. I don't mind piercings, but I'm not into the whole Prince Albert thing. No, thank you. I'm not either. I don't find it hot, attractive. It just reminds me of pain whenever I've seen one. It's like, no thanks.
I've seen one and it looks nice, but no.
Ugh, God.
Oh, and another thing is, if as long as they don't have like piercings in weird areas.
Yeah, like where?
Like, beside your eye.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
And like those like tattoos, or like in the middle of your arm. I don't even know how they do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as it's not like a weird place that would kind of like, if I look at a piercing and it kind of creeps me out, then no.
Okay, number 30 is horrible cologne, like one you just can't stand. Like Old Spice.
Yeah, that's a horrible one. But I would just tell him, if you ever wear that cologne again,
Yes.
I'm gonna fuck you up. So yeah, I'll be like, no, don't wear that cologne. I'm gonna smash it on the ground and make sure it breaks.
Right.
And don't ever buy that cologne ever again as long as you live.
Yeah, I would just hide it probably.
Well, if you hide, he's gonna go be like, "Oh, I must have misplaced it. He'll go buy another thing."
I
No,
hide
I'm
that
gonna
one
do
too.
that.
I hide that one and the next one. I don't care.
So he spent all his money on this shit that he.
But eventually he'll get the clue. Maybe I should stop buying cologne.
Maybe.
This is a very important one. Someone who doesn't make you a priority. I think that's very much a deal breaker.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the whole main points of being in a relationship with someone, especially if you're married, is to make that person the priority in your life and to put them first. And I know I've had this happen to me with boyfriends and with, my husband at times, and it is very annoying and hurtful. And I think it's very important that people do that because it shows love. And that's what You know what I mean? Like I always put people
Right.
first that I love and care about. I don't put other things in front of them, like my career or family or whatever. So, yeah.
Or it's a one-sided thing to where like you're always calling him, he never calls you.
Oh well, that's
You
something
always
completely
you always-
different. That's just something else. This is after you got somebody. If you're chasing somebody after you got them, then you don't have them in the first place. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, yeah. If that's the case, yeah.
But
then
yes, you're
no,
right. You're right about
that.
that.
That would be a deal breaker for me.
All right, number 28. Talked about marriage on the first date.
It depends where they're going with it. Like if you're like, oh, it would be nice if I get married one day, like something general like that, then that doesn't bother me. But if you're, oh yeah, I can definitely see us getting married once we know each other. I'm like,
Right.
bitch, I'm still trying to figure out your last name. So
Right.
we moving a little too fast. I need you to pump the brakes.
Number 27 is dandruff.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Just get some Seltz Blue, people. Number
Yes.
26, someone who looks at themselves more than you.
Yeah, fuck yes. That no, God no. No, 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 no. People who look in the mirror all the time at themselves and checking out themselves in the mirror, no. Deal breaker 100%.
That would be, by the way, I look at myself in the mirror all the time. But
No.
it's not out of vanity. It's out of insecurity. I'm always like, okay, does my hair look okay? Does my face, my clothes okay? It's not like I'm like, oh my God, I'm so gorgeous. You know what I mean? It's just like me trying to make sure I
No,
look okay.
I'm talking people like, oh my God, I look so good. Oh, I have to look, like when I go to
So
the gym,
conceit. Yeah.
guys do that shit at the gym. Well, not all
Oh
guys,
yeah,
but
and they
there's
flex in
certain
the
guys,
mirror and shit.
they always flex and they lift up their shirt to show their abs. And they're just
Yes.
like fuck, I look. I'm like, dude, go somewhere with that. So yes, that is.
I
a
always
deal
think
breaker for
guys
me.
like that are like closet cases. By the way, they're so in love with themselves, they might as well have sex with another man. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Right? Yeah. So that's a deal breaker. Yes. Yes.
Number 25, referring to themselves in the third person. Donovan
Yes.
does not like that, or
Yes.
Jason doesn't like that.
That's a deal breaker.
24.
I don't want you to be like, if your name is let's just say Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas had to go to the gym, and the reason I said because Thomas had to do this, and Thomas had to
That's
go home shopping.
insane.
Because Thomas has to make sure he's fresh before he's coming his date, and Thomas, no. I'm like, why are you talking in third person? I've never liked that. No, deal breaker.
24, can't handle alcohol
Yes,
at all.
deal breaker. Deal breaker.
Yeah. Okay. 23, coffee breath.
That's not a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, I don't either.
Now, if you said stank breath, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
But coffee
ugh.
breath. But coffee breath, no.
Yeah. Number 22, being cheap.
Yes. Yes, that's a deal breaker.
21, took too many selfies.
Yes. Yes.
Number 20, being obsessed with money. I think you would like that probably because you probably want somebody who's rich, and then you're going to want somebody who's obsessed with money.
No, because here's the thing, because there are people who get with people who are rich and they get their asses beat every day. I ain't with that.
Well,
So
not necessarily. I mean, come on, it could be somebody rich. They don't have to beat you up, but I mean, yes, that could happen, but not necessarily.
I don't want someone who's I mean, when you say obsessed about money,
All they care about is making money, basically.
No, because if that's all you care about is making money, then you're going to neglect other things such as someone you're married to, someone
Exactly.
you're dating, or your kids. So no, that's a deal breaker for me.
Number 19, I have something to say about this one. Number 19, being jealous.
Yes,
That's a deal breaker for you.
yes,
Now, for me, it's not, and the reason is because now if somebody's like obsessively like jealous, that's different. But I just mean somebody who's like, if you're talking to some other guy and he's flirting with you or something, and your boyfriend or your husband gets jealous. I like that my husband or boyfriend gets jealous because it means he cares. It's somebody who doesn't get jealous, to me, means there's something wrong with you because.
but no, it's also something if they get jealous, but then they bitch you out about it because of too. That's why I'm just like,
No, it's
That-
just
that-
being jealous, and I think that's a natural thing to be jealous of someone you're in love with, or and someone's flirting with them or whatever. I remember when I was dating my husband and we first met, and we went to a bar. It was a lesbian bar, but anyway, and Oak Cliff and 2007, and we were there with
I'm
some.
about to say, wait, that's a lesbian bar, no clue.
There was, it was called Barbara's Pavilion. It was called then. I don't know if it's still there or not, but anyway, it was huge.
Oh.
Anyway, and we were in there getting drinks, and we were with friends. And this guy just comes up to my husband and is like, "Oh, you're cute," and blah 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 blah. Like looking at him, and my husband turns beet red because he's just kind of that way. And I go, "Get away, bitch!" I say, "He's my boyfriend. I mean, or whatever." And he's like, "Ooh," he kept going on and on. I was like, "Get the fuck away!" And I literally screamed at him. And so for me, that's how I should be because I mean, the guy was being really disrespectful to me, and I thought that it was just wrong of him to do that. But the thing is, he doesn't ever get jealous at all about me, and so it bothers me. I like guys who get jealous. For me, it means that you care, but that's just me. Maybe I'm fucked in the head. Number 18, bad fake tan.
Yes.
Yes. Number.
I was
Okay.
I was in Irving the other day, before the cold front came through here, and I was at a red light, and a guy had his window. He stuck his arm out the window. This motherfucker was like literally like orange, like
Like Donald Trump.
no, it was worse than that. It was like Crush orange soda.
Oh my
orange.
God. That's
I mean, I
horrible.
was like, actually took a picture of it. But maybe I should post it on the website so people can see. I mean, his arm was orange. I was like, yeah, that's a bad tan or a spraying on or something.
Number 16, talking about your exes too much.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm. Number-
Definitely.
Number 15, smelly feet.
Yes.
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 Number 14, smoking.
Yes. I'm saying yes to like all of this
Well,
shit.
these are all
almost.
going up to number 1. So number 13, dirty fingernails.
It depends. Well, it depends. If you are like a laborer or you work with your hands,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to get dirty, and you have dirty fingernails. As long as you keep them maintained daily, I'm okay with that. Because I've dated guys who were like mechanics,
Right.
and of course their hands are going to get filthy, dirty, but they come home and clean them and wash them. I'm okay with that. But if you just purposely neglect your fingernails and your hands,
I think that's
no.
what they're talking about, yeah.
Right.
Number 12, have nothing in common. Then why the fuck are you with them? But anyway, had nothing
That's what I'm
in
saying. I'm
common.
like, why would I even entertain this dinner? No. But you know what? I've been on a date like that to where it was one of those things like on the phone we had so much to talk about,
Yes,
and then when we got
I
to
had
the
to.
restaurant, it
Mhm.
was like crickets chirping,
Uh-huh.
and eventually I was like, oh, I gotta go do this, and
Mhm.
someone's texting me and something come up, so I have to go, and I just paid for the check and left. They left them
Mhm.
right there in their restaurant. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Never spoke to the motherfucker again either.
Number 11, being rude to waiters.
Yes. Because I don't want that motherfucker spitting my food because of your ass, or poisoning me, or dropping my food on the ground and picking it up. And no. Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Number
I need my food. I need to walk out without vomiting or getting a stomach virus. Thank you.
Number 10, having dirty clothes. I think they mean on them, like what they're wearing them, dirty clothes all the time, I guess.
You mean like if you wear something dirty, like you take it off that day, then you put the same thing back on that's dirty and wear it again?
Like
Is that what they mean?
3 or 4 times a week, I guess, or something, yeah.
No, yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Number 9, eats disgustingly, like grunting or smacking or, that kind of thing.
That's not a deal breaker for me, but I will just yell at them constantly.
What is wrong with you?
Like, shut the fuck up. Close your goddamn mouth.
That drives me nuts. I cannot
I
stand
didn't
smacking.
know we were feeding. And you know what? My sister used to do that back in her teenage years. I guess as she's gotten older, she just got out of it. She would chew with her mouth open. It's like, she sounded like a dog.
Oh, I remember.
It would drive. And even then, I would cuss her out. Then I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Eat with your mouth closed, goddammit."
I remember I was like 6 years old. I had this friend. His name was Jimbo, and he smacked. When he eat, he'd go like that, and it drove me fucking crazy. I was 6 years old. It drove me nuts. Even then, it still would now. But I remember literally sitting outside with him at his table outside in front of his trailer, and he
there you go.
he was in a trailer. But anyway, he was smacking. I go, I hate people who smack like that. He goes, I smack. I go, mm-hmm. I remember saying that. I was 6 years old. I was a shady bitch at 6 years old. But anyway,
So you're bitchy at 6 years
I
old too?
was. I really was. I just
Well, and then plus I was gonna say, I'm like, well, his name is Jimbo, so what do you expect?
exactly. Yeah, Jimbo Ingram. Anyway, number 8, yellow teeth.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I say I no. I don't like. I could not stand to kiss that mouth all the time and look at it in my face all the time talking to me. No.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
you could do
yeah.
something about it as long as they're willing to do something about it. I'd be okay with it, but just leave it that way.
But if you're just purposely neglecting your teeth,
Yeah.
then no, yeah, it's a deal breaker.
Number 7 is very important, and I think only intelligent people have this trait. So, no sense of humor.
That's a deal breaker.
Me too. I mean, you can, how
Yeah.
can you not? Yeah, no, that's not going to work for me. Number
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Number 6, bad breath from an unidentified food.
Fuck yes. Yes, 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 yes. I cannot say that enough. Yes.
Yes, to have an Altoid bitch. Okay. Number 5, cigarette breath.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what's weird? It's weird, I know. But the first guy I ever had sex with, I mean, real sex, he smoked. And so now I kind of associate cigarette breath with sex.
Wait a minute. Wait, how do you associate cigarette breath with sex? I'm trying to figure this out.
Because the first guy I had sex with was smoked, and so he kissed me. He brushed his teeth and everything, and Listerine and everything. But I mean, I'm just saying he smoked, and so now it's just like it's a subconscious connection with cigarettes and sex occasionally. And it's not like I'm attracted to people who smoke. I don't like it. I think it's disgusting. But I just think I have the subconscious attraction sometimes to people who have cigarette breath because I remember when I was having sex with this guy who smoked. But anyway, my first time.
Never been a thing of mine.
Mine either, but I'm just saying, just being honest. Number 4, being selfish. Well, yes, of course. It's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
Number 3, lying. Yes.
Yep.
Number 2, bad temper.
Yes. Yes, that's a deal breaker.
Obviously, it's not for me because I'm somebody who's a bad temper. Number 1, body odor. Yes, that would be bad.
Who would say no to that? Oh yeah, I accept someone
I
who
love
will
it.
BO.
There are guys. I'm telling you, there were guys that liked you to smell like you had not showered, and from head to toe.
Oh no, I've heard of those and seen those porno channels where it's like the fetishes where they like guys who haven't showered in like 3 days and like the scent and
Ew.
like dirty underwear that's been worn for like 3 days.
Can you imagine how their
smell
penis and their butt smells?
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
disgusting.
and God, don't let them be uncircumcised.
Ooh, oh, that'd be even worse. Oh God,
Oh, my God,
that's
that's
like a
gross.
girl. That'd be like a girl, like fish smell or whatever. That'd be disgusting. Woo, yuck. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, that's a note to end on the show. So,
Ugh.
so
I just had this horrible image run through my mind.
Me
about
too.
Someone who's uncircumcised and haven't showered in 3 days.
50 days. Yeah.
Just imagine how it smells. Then it smells
don't.
like,
Okay, stop. I'm getting nauseous. Stop.
like a
Stop.
trash can
No,
and warm tuna.
Like fish. Yes, exactly. Disgusting. Like warmed over dead fish, for 20 days or something. Just gross. Okay, so that's the top 50 turnoffs, apparently, according to the study. And now you know how we feel about them. So,
and it may smell like warm cum down there too.
we'll be back next week. Next week will be the 29th. Yeah, 29th. So we will see you all after Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving holiday with your family. If you do have some Trump supporters in your family, give them fucking hell because that's what I would do. And be sure to listen to our show on iHeartRadio. Excuse me, not iHeartRadio. Not yet on this one.
Not yet.
On iTunes, iTunes, and also Spreaker.com. And, of course, our website, Gayxyz.com. And you can find Jason at Jason Be Like. Is that right?
It's Jason_BE. Excuse me. Let me start over because Donovan fucked that up. You can follow me on Twitter, which is Jason Be Like. It's Jason_BBE_like.
And you can follow me at Off Limits Show on Twitter, on Facebook, as well as offlimitsshow.com. So we'll be back next week. We guys hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you after Thanksgiving.
Oh, and one more thing before we go. Everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. If you're traveling, please be careful. And if you're doing Black Friday shopping, don't, unless you do it online, okay? Because I don't want to hear about one of our listeners, being trampled and end up with a broken arm or some shit.
That's right.
So other than that, everyone have a very safe holiday, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Bye, and stay gay.